Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 2021 Winter Spring Special Graduation for 4 dynamic students. At this time, would you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance as we start tonight's ceremony. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing as our Winter Springs Chorus ASL department plays the national anthem, followed by our Winter Springs alma mater.
Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please remain standing for all.
Stand and shiver with this breeze. Lift your voices, let us sing. All the bells are here, so give a cheer out to victory, winter springs. In our studies and our play, all we do in every way, we will give our all, stand proud and tall to victory, winter springs. Winter springs,
You may be seated. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 2021 Winter Springs High School graduation. On behalf of myself and all the teachers, faculty, and staff of Winter Springs High School, we'd like to welcome you tonight to these 4 terrific young ladies' graduation. I would like to introduce, who has joined me up on stage tonight, Dr. Walt Griffin, Superintendent of Seminole County Public Schools. Please greet Mr. Griffin tonight. Thank you so very much for coming tonight. Now my message to all of you. Class of 2020, our senior class. It is my pleasure to stand before you and congratulate you, the class of 2021, on one of the biggest moments of your life. Today, in just a few minutes, Superintendent Walt Griffin and myself will help us celebrate each and every one of you. This class of 2021 will go down in history as the class that faced more challenges and obstacles than any class in history. Today you will overcome all those and you will walk away with your diploma and one great story to tell. Perseverance is defined as a continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulties, failures, or oppositions. Perseverance defines the school year. In spite of all the difficulties, you have achieved graduating from Winter Springs High School. I want to begin with a thank you to all the amazing people that have supported and contributed you to being here today. To all the families in attendance, thank you. To all the Winter Springs teachers, faculty, and staff, thank you. To all the unsung heroes, the mentors, the coaches, the counselors, the clerical staff, thank you. Despite the unusual circumstances of this year, the student leadership team and the senior celebration committee made up of parents navigated ways to continue senior traditions you've looked forward to since you were freshmen. In April, we kicked off the festivities with a memorable senior week, including our Powder Puff game, where we triumphed over the senior class. We watched the sunrise over Wayne Epps Stadium, played games at the senior picnic, and for the first time ever, viewed the outstanding 2021 senior video Under the Stars at Wayne Epps Stadium. Thanks, Ms. Well. All of this was wrapped up with the Sunset at Church Street senior formal. Despite being almost blown down the street that night, we had a great time celebrating the class of 2021. Just last week, a phenomenal senior breakfast with more door prizes than anyone could imagine was held to rave reviews from our seniors. And now we are here, we have reached the greatest and final activity the senior class will participate in together, graduation. One of our missions at Winter Springs is to celebrate what we call the AAA experience. We promise to celebrate the academics, the arts, the athletics. Not even a pandemic can keep us from doing that. Let's start with the academics. We celebrated our ever-improving SAT, PSAT, and ACT scores. We celebrated the students who recently completed AP exams. And of course, we celebrate the amazing amount of academic scholarships that our students have received heading into college. Many of our academic clubs, Science Olympiad, SECME, Spanish, Latin, Beta, National Honor Society, and Robotics, to name a few, received local and national recognition and awards. In the arts, the fine arts, visual arts, and performing arts wowed us again, overcoming obstacle after obstacle. Our Winter Springs Band of Gold finally was able to showcase our incredibly talented students with 2 band concerts in the last few months. In the virtual arts, we were represented at art shows across Central Florida. We held an amazing senior art show recently in our courtyard, and our students were asked to complete a mural at the Seminole Town Center Mall in Sanford that was revealed Saturday morning. Wow, what a great year. In the performing arts, our theater department staged an incredible performance, The Somewhat True Tale of Robin Hood, with a special cameo appearance from yours truly as King Richard. Our visual performing arts joined forces recently and collaborated at Central Florida Theater Festival, which we hosted in our backyard at Winter Springs High School. Our Hunter Bears dance team continued to shine and performed across Central Florida and had the opportunity to compete in the national finals. Our amazing Winter Springs step team joined them recently at the annual showcase and brought down the house at some of our basketball games throughout the year. Our JRTC continued to excel at competitions representing Winter Springs High School across Central Florida. Our culinary classes continue to support events across Seminole County and have been instrumental this year supporting our own Winter Springs Bears at banquets almost nightly in the last few weeks. In career ed, our students, despite the challenge of this school year, achieved certification continuing a tradition of excellence within CTE at Winter Springs. Our Young Men and Women of Excellence programs continue to reach and help our neighboring schools, even establishing a virtual connection with one of our feeder elementary schools to meet the unique conditions of this school year. Our Latinos in Action program, sponsored by teacher Ms. Perez, flourished. A relatively new program to Winter Springs High School, they hosted the Latinos in Action National Conference here at Winter Springs High School, and our students performed for a nationwide audience that was simulcast all over the United States. In athletics, our department had a record-setting year, if not historic year. Our total FHSAA postseason team championships at Winter Springs has never been higher. This year we had 10, count them 10, season team championships, the most ever in school history. Here's the roll call. Girls volleyball, district champions. Girls cross country, district, regional, and state champions. Girls weightlifting, district champions. Wrestling, district champions. Boys weightlifting, district champions. Baseball, district champions. Girls softball, district and regional champions, but they weren't done. In about 30 minutes, they would compete in the state Final Four in Claremont. Shout out to seniors Megan Hayden, Taylor Crabb, Sierra Montes, and Nicole Stricker as they play in today's game and could not be here with us. Let's hear it for these four young ladies. I would also like to congratulate the following seniors for being state placers in their respective sports. Cross country and track distance runner Aiden Arnold, swimmer Julia Mata, weightlifter Madison Gomrad, wrestler Harlan McCandless, weightlifter Braden Edmond, and cross country and track distance runner Evie Makaiba. A special congratulations goes out to senior Marvin Collins for capturing not one, but two state championships, one in wrestling and the other in boys weightlifting. Now to leadership. The leadership of our school was simply outstanding. I want to celebrate and acknowledge them now in their leadership in such a trying and tough year. Special thanks to Senior Class President Kylie Vaness and Student Government President Chloe Zeal for their leadership and support. They inspired me to keep celebrating, and I thank them for that. What a year it has been, a year of celebration. Transitioning now to my message to all of you as you prepare to say goodbye. I would like to share 3 stories with you that I hope you will remember and take with you as you leave high school. I strongly believe you learn so much from what others have accomplished or have experienced, and I want to share a few of those today. First takeaway, don't let anything stop you from running your race. In 1912, the 1912 Olympics, Native American Jim Thorpe represented the United States in track and field. His first event was the pentathlon, 5 events in a single day. A week later, he began the decathlon, 10 events over 3 days. On day 2 of the decathlon, Jim Thorpe's shoes went missing. Desperate for anything that would allow him to compete, they tracked down a mismatched pair of shoes, one found in a garbage can, while the other was given by another runner. One of the shoes was too big for Jim that day, so he wore an extra pair of socks just to make it fit. That day, Jim Thorpe, wearing 2 different shoes and extra socks, won the high jump and the 110-meter hurdles. On the 3rd day, still wearing the mismatched shoes, he won the final event, the 1,500 meters. Jim Thorpe won gold for the United States in the decathlon, placing top 4 in all of the 10 events. So what if your life has not been fair? You wake up one morning and things aren't perfect. The lesson learned is this: you do not have to accept barriers that are trying to hold you back. Run your race. Despite the obstacles and challenges, you can have reasons or results. Choose results. Run your race, Bears. Second takeaway, erasers are made for those who are willing to correct their mistakes. The story goes like this. A man once said to a student, erasers are made for those of you who make mistakes. A student quietly but eagerly replied, no, sir. Erasers are made for those who are willing to correct their mistakes. The point is this: all of you again will make mistakes. You will mess up. Find the heart, the passion, the fortitude to correct those mistakes. Always ask yourself, what is the right thing to do? And remember, the right thing to do is not always the easiest thing to do. But listen to your heart, and it will tell you it is the right thing to do. Your attitude matters. Third takeaway, light of a clear blue morning. In the lyrics of a song I was recently introduced to, it talks about moving on from tough times. It made me think about the pandemic and the toll it has taken on so many people around the world. The lyrics begin with, it's been a long, hard fight, but I see a brand new day at dawn, and concludes with, we are strong, we can prove it, we got our dreams to see us through it. If it's a mountain, we can move it, and with faith, there's nothing we can't do. Bears, you have had an incredible senior year, one that will go down in the history books. As you leave the stadium, we're going to hear that inspirational song. It reminds me that from where we were last year to where we are now, you have proven the class of 2021 can do anything. Please remember these 3 takeaways. Don't let anything stop you from running your race. You will make mistakes in life, but don't be afraid to correct them. Move on, be strong, have dreams, have faith. In closing, I was recently reminded by a student named Danielle, you are all my first graduating class that I've ever had all 4 years of high school. And some of you have known me since you were 5 years old as a kindergartner or first grader. It has been my absolute privilege and pleasure to have been your principal, and I'll forever be grateful to all of you for what you have taught me and for the incredible moments we have shared together. From Papa Gaff to all of you, we love you. We will forever cherish the crazy, unprecedented year we've had together. Class of 2021, let's go. Let's move on. Let's celebrate. Let's have a great day here tonight in the Winter Springs Auditorium. And as I say every afternoon, let's have a great day. And as always, go Birds! Now, turn your attention to the screen as we will play some of our speeches from our valedictorians, our class order, so please pay attention up at the screens.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the stage and welcome the 2021 class orator, the lovely Carly Knight.
That what was not mentioned at her funeral was the grade she got or the college she graduated from. What was remembered and treasured most were the memories made with her, the lives she impacted, the people she inspired, and how she loved others well. When you think about college or careers or the future, it can be scary. We are expected at 18 years old to know what we want to do with our lives, and that can be overwhelming. But 4 years ago, we walked onto Winter Springs High School campus for the first time. I'm sure you felt that wave of emotions crash over you then as you do today. But you sitting here now is proof that you overcame then, so you can do it again. Today is a huge day for us, because we're taking the first step into our futures. I want to encourage you to step boldly into that new season. Take that step with the knowledge of who you are and what you've learned. That step might look different for every person, but you're the only one who knows whether or not you lived up to your potential. So let's take this next step together. Not measured, not calculated, not perfect, but with strength and confidence. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our 2021 IB valedictorian, Nathaniel Collins.
Good morning. First, I would like to thank everyone who helped us to reach this moment. Each graduating student is indebted to the parents, teachers, and staff who assisted, motivated, and guided us. Dr. Daniel Roby was particularly influential in my experience. Not only did he facilitate his students' growth in Latin in the classics, but he also showed an interest in supporting his students in other areas. He encouraged a charity book drive by making fried macaroni and cheese a reward. Do any of you remember smelling bacon on SAT day? He was the one who gave out that bacon. Well, not all students worked with Dr. Roby. Each of us had someone who showed great dedication to our success. Without them, we would not be who we are today. Thank you. Our class has had a unique high school experience. Beginning high school was daunting. Other students were mostly unknown, and we had fewer friends. Teachers had yet to learn who we were, and we ourselves did not know. We survived our first year. As freshmen, we wore masks of confidence and tenacity that we slowly removed as we grew into actually having these qualities. Our senior year was supposed to be the most comfortable, the most enjoyable, the most gratifying. We had made our friends, we had gotten to know our teachers, and we had developed a sense of self. But our senior year would be different from all others. Our academic lives were flipped around. Some of us attended online, while others went in person. For some, this hurt their ability to learn. For others, their inability to interact with friends. For those on campus, they look at you and see only the mask, while those online mask themselves behind profile images of monkeys or anime characters. This year has hidden us from each other. While we have peeled off the mask we wore as freshmen, we had to recover ourselves with new masks. The challenges of this year prevented us from experiencing many activities to which we had been looking forward. We felt limited in what we could accomplish. And yet here we are, overcoming these challenges. We achieved our goals, and we are graduating. Now we are leaving high school behind. Hopefully soon, the COVID pandemic will also be behind us, and we can resume the activities that have ceased and begin new ventures. We will be able to remove the remaining masks that have covered us this year. Some of us will go to college, some to trade or vocational schools, and some to jobs or the military. Let the adaptability, patience, and perseverance gained from this unique year strengthen each of us as we enthusiastically begin working toward our next goals. Here we stand at the end of our past. We have accomplished much, but we will accomplish so much more. We stand at the brink of our future. We stand at the brink of infinity. Let us stand and show the world what we can do.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our 2021 Traditional Valedictorian, Jacob Rosen.
Thank you. After a 486-day-long pandemic, one season of Tiger King, the destruction of a royal family, thousands of murder hornets, yes, that did happen, hundreds of Elon Musk companies, and seriously like a billion Taylor Swift albums later, we are finally gathered together again. Who would have thought that for the first time in a year and a half, that we are in a football stadium? It would be not to watch a football game, but a much more exciting high school graduation. A couple of fair warnings before I start. Number one, no matter how many times the ads on youtube.com told me to run this through grammarly.com, I refused. So I hope it turns out all right. Number two, forgive me if I'm a little bit nervous. There are slightly more people here than Jules in Coach Clark's office. And number three, finally, if I say anything stupid, anything that offends someone, or if I straight up turn into R2-D2, it is because of the microchip from my COVID vaccine, not me. With all that being said, on with the speech. I was going to leave most of the inspirational ideas up to Mr. Gaffney because I figured he would have that covered. But while I stand up here looking like the purple Teletubby, I might as well give a little bit of my knowledge gain. The most important message that I have for you today is that I prospered more from the hours of work dedicated to the things I am passionate about than I ever did from the tasks I was specifically told to do. There is occasionally a strong push in our culture to follow the path someone else sets for you, do what others desire for you, or reach the potential that others set for you. Sometimes this causes people to feel stuck in their lives from doing things they dislike or aren't truly excited about. Although school has taught me so much on this journey, At the same time, I had the opportunity to learn about interesting topics that I decided to engage in, help people who were important to me in their lives, and build up relationships with those I love. The point is, it is not some high-status job, good college, material possession, high GPA, or any other societal creation to fulfill what is expected of you that brings about self-transcendence. It is the idea of following your own path, pulling in your own horizon, that brings true happiness. I truly encourage everyone to do that thing they have been longing for all their lives, learn that thing they have always wanted to do, and be that person they have always wanted to be. We must realize how much better our lives would be and those around us if we followed what us, not others, wanted for us. If we all did this, if we all did the things we long for in our lives, who knows what we could accomplish. I just want to take a quick moment to thank my amazing parents, grandparents, sisters, multiple fantastic teachers, these Supreme Court justices over here, my model girlfriend, Brooke. Yeah. All of my friends, of course the Starbucks on 434, and pretty much anyone who isn't Jake Paul. Thank you for constantly pushing me and motivating me to do better. I could not have done this without you. Just to wrap up, I know you're tired of hearing speeches, but this is the end. COVID-19 has had a big impact on all of us, but as you leave here today, please do not forget the chance to look around for one of the first times in a long time and remember how similar we all are. People, we all cried when Spider-Man died in Avengers Infinity War. We all seriously despise how little frosting comes in those packages of toaster strudel. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people who think Jeffrey Epstein was murdered, and those who think otherwise. Just like GameStop stock, let your dreams and passions go to the moon. Thank you, class of 2021.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, our musical selection, you will...
Please continue to stay, look at the screen. We have a production from our own Winter Springs chorus as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2021 Winter Springs High School Ladies and gentlemen, our musical selection, You Will Be Found, will be performed by our Winter Springs High School Chorus. Please direct your attention to the Jumbotron.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. 'Cause maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. Someone will come running. They'll take you home. In the dark,
There's a place where we don't have to feel alone. And every time that you call out, you're a little less alone.
If you only say the word,
From across the silence,
your voice is heard.
oh,
Someone will remember you.
oh. So take me somewhere, I'm ready to take you home, take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need your friends to carry you, when you're walking on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming, 'cause you reach up and you rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. Morning is breaking, and all is new, all is new. Still the empty, suddenly I see that all is new, all is new. You are not alone, you are not alone, you are not alone, you are Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need someone to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. 'Cause you reach up and you rise again, and you only look around, you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be
Okay, here we go. At this time, I'm honored to invite Superintendent Dr. Walt Griffin to the podium to proceed with the acceptance and authorization of the class of 2021. Dr. Griffin, by the virtue of the recommendations of the faculty and administration of Winter Springs High School, in accordance with the Florida State Board of Education and the Seminole County Board of Education, it is my pleasure to recommend to you that the members of this class of 2021, each and every one here assembled, be accorded the privilege of your conferring upon the rites of graduation this 25th day of May, 2021, from Winter Springs High School.
Thank you, Mr. Gaffney. Good evening, everybody. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Governor of the State of Florida and as Superintendent of Seminole County Public Schools, it is my honor to declare the four of you graduates of Winter Springs High School. Congratulations.
I would now like to invite Ms. Lori Bowman, graduation coordinator and wonderful assistant principal, to the stage, along with Ms. Angel Collins, school administrative manager of Winter Springs High School, to help as we distribute diplomas to the class of 2021.
Megan Alexandra Hagee. Taylor Reese Craft. Sierra Grace Montes. Nicole Antoinette Schricker.
Let's hear it for these 4 outstanding young ladies, class of 2021, graduates of Winter Springs High School. As we conclude our ceremony tonight, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming this evening. I'd like to personally thank, and I want to give a round of applause to both Lori Bowman and Angel Collins, who have been instrumental in preparing these ceremonies over the last few weeks. Please join me in giving them a wonderful. I'd also like to thank Mr. Cody Matheson, who's back there, who has run our tech and sound in a challenging time. I said, let's get it done, Cody, and he did. I'd also like to thank Dr. Walt Griffin for joining us tonight. He got here in the blink of time, and I'd like to thank you, sir, for all your support of Winter Springs High School and for being here tonight to support these wonderful young ladies. As we conclude and wrap up tonight, I want to say best wishes to these 4 wonderful, wonderful young ladies. Having done this now, I was telling Mr. Jarzinka early today that we have set a record at Winter Springs High School for the number of graduation ceremonies we've had over the last 3 years. We have had 6, count them 6, graduation ceremonies in just the last 3 years, including summer, including the ones we've done. So again, we have set a national record for the number of graduations we have held. But I'd like to thank, again, the 4 of you on a job well done. I'd like to thank your teammates, your coaches who have joined us tonight for their support in making this happen tonight. It's been a great, great night. It was a great run, and we will always be here to support you and remember this night, this unique night that you became graduates at Winter Springs High School. So as I conclude, the last thing I want to say is congratulations to these 4 wonderful class of 2021 graduates. Have a wonderful time leaving Winter Springs High School, and as always, go